Yeah, this whole idea of how the inside of a jail becomes the outside of a jail,
Man,
which is a deep and subtle point, but I think a really impactful one, and is central to the film, of how much takes place of quote unquote the teacher in the jail. So maybe you can kind of explore that a bit as to what that's really a metaphor for.
In the simplest, our body's a prison. I mean, the only time we leave is really maybe 3 times: sleep and dreaming, really, right? Death. I mean, obviously you're not in the body after that. If whether you exist or not after that, obviously have an opinion, but won't freak anybody out. And orgasm. So, but the body is a first prison, and then our thoughts is another one. I mean, one of my first meditation retreats, I did a 10-day Vipassana retreat, and after about day 4 or 5, I realized my mind really only has maybe 20 thoughts that it goes through in the course of 24 hours. And it just cycles through one. I'm hungry, decided to go to the bathroom, I'm thirsty, she's pretty, maybe 20 thoughts. And maybe after 4 or 5 days meditation retreat, one of those thoughts dropped out. There's 19 ratcheting around, and then there's a space. And something comes and fills that space. But for a moment, I had a little bit of freedom from my thoughts. And it occurred to me that we live in a cage of our own thinking, and it's that's the in a way that's the real prison. That's the toughest one to escape, because we take it with us everywhere. And and that would even be okay if our thoughts were our own. Another retreat I was doing is in Arizona in a tent. One day I realized I maybe had never had an original thought. Maybe not once that any thought that crossed my mind was in fact something that was my own thought. I heard it from somewhere else, heard it from somewhere else, heard it from someone else, heard it from somewhere else. TV, radio, mom, dad, whoever. Well, who am I then? If my thoughts are not my own,